circumstances, it's always good to see you. It's always good to see you, but it's really good to see you under these circumstances. So, really excited about you know, this opportunity and this challenge in front of us. You know, I think you know, when you do this, you certainly understand it's not an entitlement. Getting to the NCAA tournament, it's something that is got to be earned, and it's hard. It's hard to earn those, and it's hard to consistently earn those. When you look back at kind of our storied history, you obviously have in different times, but in the '60s, 4 times. One of those obviously being a national championship, our only national championship. The '70s 1 time, '80s 5 times, '90s 4 times. 2000 to 2010, 7 times, and 2011, and counting here, 6 and counting, but never more than 3 years in a row until Coach Mata went, I believe, 7 years in a row from 2009 to 2015. So when you think about, you know, how hard it is to consistently a program that has had the number of really good players that we've had and number of really good coaches that we've had, and until that 09-15 stretch, we had never been more than 3 straight years. It's a reality check on how hard this is to consistently get there, and obviously we want to be there as long as we can. We know we've got work to do, but to go here is a real credit, I think, to our players, and I think in so many ways a real credit to Keyshawn, or let me begin with CJ, Keyshawn, Joey Lane, Andre Wesson, those upperclassmen who have kind of steered the ship and allowed us to be here. So those guys deserve a lot of credit, and I bristle when I hear that those guys are constantly getting criticized, but they deserve to enjoy this moment, and when we know we've got some work ahead of us this week. So excited about what's ahead. Obviously, Iowa State, we're digging into them. They're obviously a really good team, having just won the Big 12 tournament pretty convincingly.
Chris, you came in with obviously somewhat of expected to be somewhat of a rebuilding year and somewhat of a limited roster, and you've always said that your second year at a program is your most challenging year. Against the backdrop of all of that, what did it feel like for you to see Ohio State pop up and to know that you made it this year?
You know, really exciting. I got to be honest with you, I was a little nervous after you go through that first bracket, and you see Belmont and Temple get in what is, I guess, the play-in game, because you knew that it probably eliminated 1 or 2 teams. You know, as I told Gene Smith, yesterday I felt we were solidly on the 11 line, maybe even a 10. As each hour passed today and I studied the numbers, I studied myself into absolute paranoia. And I just had to stop. Thank God we had practice, so I could just stop looking at it. And I mean, I had us on the last, well, I was worried. I got my, I just got too worked up. But it was really rewarding. You know, our players have earned this. You know, players win games. We have really good players that have stepped up in important times, and obviously we've had our struggles. We have. There's no doubting that, and we all take responsibility for that. But you know, we've also won some games, and we won some important games. Certainly, beginning with the very first one.
What did it take for a roster? You come in the season with certain expectations, maybe. What did it take for this team to prove that it could play at this level and that it could reach the tournament? What did this team have to show, or what did this team have to get from where you were on day one to where you are today?
Well, I do think that we had to we had to play well in the Big Ten tournament. But looking overall, I think we had to have a much different identity than last year's team, and we had to find that identity pretty quickly because of who we opened up with. Mm-hmm. So I think that was the challenge. It wasn't like, okay, you're going to play your way into figuring out who you are. We had to be pretty good on opening night, or else you're missing out on an opportunity that could prove valuable. And it obviously proved very valuable. But I think it was such I don't know. I do know. We've never coached a team where it's been this number of new faces, and you're trying to figure out with each passing day who we are and who we're becoming, and that's been the challenge. And listen, it's been a challenging year in a lot of ways, but to see your name called is pretty special.